All right, welcome back to Living the Dream, guys. So we're going to talk a little bit about Silver Lake State Campground, Brooksville, Florida. There is an attached RV park, state park, Cypress Glen, I believe, and I think they have some hookups and some tent sites. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think
they might just be what they call primitive, which are just tents.
They could. Yeah, we're not 100% sure. We're going to focus solely on this Silver Lake campground. As we said earlier, tried to book this place. Well, we did book it 3 or 4 separate times, and just life continued to get in the way. So we said earlier how well the cancellation process went, the refund process. So pretty good deal on that, although you do lose a little bit of money, and that could get costly over time.
Yeah, it's better than most places. You could lose everything if you don't cancel in time. I think it was maybe $10 or $15.
Yeah, so this particular campground does have 23 sites, and one of the things that we found extremely cool, it was that sites 19, 20, and 21 are all paved sites. The remaining sites are gravel, and dirt. But 19, 20, and 21 are specifically handicap accessible, which I thought was pretty cool. And they say simply on their website, if you're going to book those sites, if you have someone in your party that could take advantage of that, to, obviously book them. But if you don't, maybe try to find another site in Silver Lake. Nothing that says you can't book it, but just, common sense would prevail. So we arrived, I think check-in is at 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was about an hour early.
All right, so about an hour early. As we said earlier when we showed you the guard shack there, it was unmanned, and it seems to be unmanned typically. But I think as long as you keep your reservation, and Marge has a habit of screenshotting the reservation in case we lose the email somewhere. But we never had a visit from the camp host / ranger, but we were prepared, I guess, if he did. So we arrived early, and we are on site 1. And a really nice site, a little bit of an angle to it, but somewhat wide.
Yeah,
right?
They're good size. They're good size.
Little kitty corner to the neighbor behind us, who we met, Tom and Marcy, I believe.
Marcia.
Yep, super nice people who are now full-time RVers the last 2.5 years. So shout out to those guys and enjoying the RV life.
Yeah, they're loving it. They sold their house and said they never looked back.
Yeah, bricks and sticks are gone. Yeah, but a little bit tight with them, primarily because I did not pull as far forward as I could, because we wanted to kind of, have access to the picnic table without hitting it with the door, and it's chained to the ground and immovable. I'm telling you.
We
no
tried to
just
turn it. Yeah, I couldn't
at all.
it.
Yeah, so we have electric, 50 amp. There is 30 amp at the pedestal as well, and we have water. The dump stations are on the way out of the campground, and there are two lanes with water, I think, to do some black water flush. I didn't see anything that was potable over there.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I didn't actually take a walk up. It looked a little busy, but so far so good. So this campground is kind of cool. It's on like a pod or loops or something? What would you?
Yeah, I think they're loops. There were 2 others. I think there were 2 others. One of them was specifically for tents. They have a daytime activity area. From what I read, I thought it only cost $2 a person.
Yeah, day use.
Yeah, and you can launch like canoes, kayaks. I don't know if you can bring big boats in. We did see the guy with the pontoon boat.
Yeah, that boat ramp over there looks like it would. Yeah, you'll
pretty
see some
good
drone
size
video.
boat.
But
Little
the day
lake.
use,
Small
yeah.
lake.
Well, the day use area, as you come into the campground and you go near the guard shack or through the guard shack there, you would veer off to the left for the day use. The campground, Silver Lake, you would veer to the right and then take your first left for Silver Lake or continue straight ahead for Cypress Glen. So they do boast on their website kayaking, canoeing, watercraft, and you saw, the boat launch, some of the drone video where the kayakers were out there. But pretty unique. It's set far enough back from US 98 and State Route 50, which is also known as Cortez Boulevard. Yeah, I know he's blocking the screen here. This is Alfred getting in the video, but you're about 5 miles from what? Let's run the list here: Dunkin' Donuts, Waffle House,
Actually,
Beef
Dunkin'
O'Brady's.
Donuts is like 3.5 miles.
Yeah.
You could almost, you could
There's
easily
a Beef
bicycle.
O'Brady's over there. There's several Tesla charging ports in that particular plaza. Not sure about a market. If there's a Winn-Dixie over there, I seem to forget.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but somewhat close to really everything. Maybe about an hour and a half from some of the parks that are over towards Orlando or Disney. A little bit an hour south of the Florida National Cemetery or some of the things up towards the Bushnell, Sumter County way. So really centrally located, and I kind of thought it was convenient that it's close to. This is ridiculous, but this is our life. That it's close to I-75. Because not a bad campground.
And it's not as noisy as you would think, because you can actually see the cars. When we went out to where the park opens up, where the guard shack is, it's much noisier there. You can hear the traffic, but back here you can't notice it even at night. You hear somebody hit a rumble strip once in a while, but that's it.
Yeah. But I thought it was convenient if you were able to book this as an overnight spot, or even if you were to take advantage of some of the Florida highlights. It's in striking distance of pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Out Route 50 towards Orlando, Disney. Up I-75. Down.
Well, yeah. To back up a little, like the couple that we were referring, Marcia and Tom, they don't bring a car. They have 2 e-bikes. So everything they do in their full time is with e-bikes. So they actually scout out where they'll be able to access whatever they need. And those are the places they stay at. And didn't you say there was an app or something?
So she has a Facebook page called RVing Toadless. We actually jumped over and subscribed to
TOAD.
To the Facebook page, and it is a contributing page where you can put on there places that are strictly for RVers that don't have a toad. So when we don't tow the motorcycle, we use the bicycle. But they plan out their trips. They plot out things pretty well as far as like.
They've only had to Uber like 4 or 5 times in the last 2.5 years.
Yeah, so pretty cool with them. So continuing with this park, like I said, they do have the 2 dump stations that are paved on the way out, which we thought was cool. They are not lighted, so try to get your dumping done during the day, or bring one of those head flashlights, right, like the coal miners did. Dump station. I'm sorry, the human dump station, right? So the bathrooms. They're state campground bathrooms, right? They're not the Waldorf by no means, but they're certainly not a hole in the woods either.
Right, right.
Yeah, so they are certainly doable. Maybe bring your flip-flops, right?
Yeah. Showers I just came from the shower. Showers were nice. I mean, they're not immaculate, but they're clean.
Yeah,
you can
certainly
tell
clean.
They're kept up. Yeah. But again, it's a campground. There's bugs in the ceiling and stuff. But good shower, good pressure.
Bad. And single
nice.
Single showers. So they are unisex showers. There are 4 of them on this pod, if you will. And male, female, lock the door behind you, but there is a toilet, a large mirror to get your
large room, good size room.
Yep, your work done, and then in a single shower. So it's not a typical campground where you would walk in and have 5 or 6 stalls,
right?
As a common shower area. So there are 4 of those single showers available, which is really good. And we try to use the facilities at the campground as often as we can if we're not hooked up to sewer. This is the maiden voyage for the Integra, so we weren't sure about that. Yeah, so far so good, knock on wood. But we do try to do it anyway to give you guys an honest review. Water, super hot, and pressure, outstanding, in those showers. Even at the campsite, pressure is not going to knock you out of your socks, but it's doable.
Well, it's
doable. Yep, absolutely doable.
They have restrictors on them. But yeah, the water heats up very quickly, and it's hot. It's very hot. What else?
Yeah, so that was nice. So, continuing some of the other things that the campground has, we really thought that boat launch was awesome. Day use area, within walking distance, although I'm not sure if we have access to that because it looked like you'd be walking through someone's campground to get to that.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if you'd have to go outside and
go around, which isn't, it's not a far walk. It's
right. So pets are allowed, inside the park here. They boast that there is a bathhouse, that there are showers available, boat ramp that's available. I thought it was kind of cool. Some of the wildflowers were nifty. We didn't see a lot of wildlife. Did see a squirrel and a bird.
I thought were wild strawberries, but there was some sort of wild berry. I tried to do the plant snap on them. But yeah, a lot of milkweed, the tropical milkweed for the monarch butterflies and stuff.
And the
we didn't
plant,
see a lot of. All we saw was squirrels. We didn't see any other.
Well, one bird this morning. But the plant app, the Identify app, what is that? Something you purchased?
Plant
What is
Snap.
that?
No,
Plant Snap?
I'm not sure if it's free, or if you get a free trial and then you have to pay for it. I'm not sure. I only used it just this one time today, but it did give you a number of options for what that could be, and if you looked at it closer, there's like an edit where you can correct it or whatever. But you would never know that you're in Brooksville.
And I did not know this, but back in 1999, this particular area, the Withlacoochee Park, not the campground, but the actual park, won top one on world's best unseen areas in the world. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah, although forever ago, 1999, right?
Yeah, when we checked, when we were back at the what was that post there? That it just the advertising board. There's actually 3 of the codes you can take a picture of with your camera, and it gives you a map. And because we found a map for a hiking trail, which was literally, like 3 feet away from where we were.
But nifty that you could take a picture of it.
Yeah, and it puts the
download
map right
it onto
on your phone.
map. Yeah.
So that's nice.
Yeah, so we did not take advantage of the biking trails nor the hiking trails, although we did take a nice walk around the campground here.
We just wanted to get used to our new RV.
So, take a peek around. So other than that, as far as the booking process, we did this a little out of order because we haven't done this in forever. No issues at all. It's Reserve America, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, and one of the things that's tough in Florida, though, it's hard to find a spot in Florida now because we're inundated with the the snowbirds that are traveling and so forth, trying to escape the
we got lucky because we looked like a month ago, and the only thing we could find here were single nights, and we really wanted to get at least a couple of nights underway just to get used to it and check everything out. So something, I don't know if someone canceled or whatever, but we were fortunate that it opened up. But there's a lot of places here that unless you book a year ahead of time, we can't get into, and we live here.
Right. But we get to play here in the summer when no one's here.
That's true.
Yeah, as far as internet, Wi-Fi, no issues at all. But again, guys, we don't.
A little slow.
Well, it's a little slow, but we're not. Although we work remotely, it is not sending boatloads of data. It's answering an email, doing some things of that nature, not uploading videos, etc. So if you need strong Wi-Fi to do a lot of up and downloading, you may want to consider something extra, a Wii Boost or something. Yeah. But as far as phone calls and FaceTime and things like that, not any issues at all.
However, I did notice when we were by the lake, I actually put the app
river.
on my phone. River.
Yeah.
Well, where's Silver Lake?
We're I don't know.
No. So when I put the Plant Snap app on my phone.
What am I, a geometrist?
And when I was over by the lake river. It uploaded very quickly. So I don't know if maybe right here in the middle of the park the Wi-Fi is not so good, but over there I had no issues.
But doable for what we do.
God,
So just be warned. Look at some other reviews. Hopefully you're enjoying the Jazz Cafe in the background here, although it's not raining yet.
Alfred's taking advantage of it.
Alfred's enjoying that as well. So I think that's about it for the Silver Lake Campground in Brooksville, Florida. Double paws up from us.
Yeah,
we think it was
might
really
be our new
nice.
go-to place.
Yeah, as you know, we had some trouble in Lake Louisa. You can look at that video. I would link it in the video description. question.
Oh, we don't know how to do that.
And we also don't know what it means. I have no idea what that means. But anyway, you can go back and look at it if you'd like. Until then, please like, subscribe, share the channel, jump
Give us
over to our
questions.
leave some questions.
Do we know
Jump
how to
over to
answer
our
the questions?
Facebook page. That I do know how to do. Yeah.
Okay.
Jump over to our Facebook page, which is titled Living the Dream YouTube. That is celebrating its 3rd year. Of activity, and you'll see our coffee question of the day, and get some
Always posting pictures of the little cuckoos we live with.
and some pretty interesting participation from as far away as Arizona and California and upstate New York and so on. But just a good page to have some fun and get silly in this crazy world that we have. So until then, guys, like I said, like, subscribe, share the page.
Living the dream.
Yeah, and keep living that dream, and we will talk to you